Hi, I'm Brandon Dorer, reporter at Campaign US. We got behind the brand with the CMO of Mastercard to talk about their gaming strategy. Check it out.
I'm Raja Rajammanar, Chief Marketing and Communications Officer of Mastercard. So when you look at traditional sports and esports, there are a lot of similarities and there are unique dissimilarities as well. The similarities are where you're all talking about the fans. Fans wanting to be immersed in the game, get closer to the game that they are so passionate about, get to meet the artists, get to get the best seats in the house, get the memorabilia, buy things which they can actually show that I have been there, I have done that, I have interacted, and so on. The dynamics are very, very, very similar. The uniqueness actually of esports compared to traditional sports is the audience is very, very demanding. They are a little rebellious in their culture. They don't want a corporate company or a corporate brand to come in, slap their logo all over the map, and destroy, in other words, the kind of ambience that they have got for themselves in that sporting it. There'll be instant organ rejection if you don't understand that sensitivity. For the traditional sports, people have gotten used to the presence of brands all over the place, and therefore the sensitivities are much lesser and very different. So Mastercard actually has been one of the very first companies to have jumped in as a global brand in support of esports. So we sponsored a few years back League of Legends, which is owned by Riot Games. And it was so successful for us that we then renewed our contract with Riot Games to also include Valorant. So League of Legends is the world's number one esport and Valorant is number 3. So 1 in 3 we are now sponsoring. That's number 1. Number 2, we have been actually curating experiences in the world of esports that money cannot buy, but you can get them if you have a Mastercard. And lastly, we have also been very actively involved in an initiative called Mastercard Gamer Exchange. So what this platform does is if you have your reward points with some company, you can exchange those reward points for in-game currency across 4,000 different games and across 70 countries around the world. So this is something which we have launched in Singapore and will now start beginning to roll it out around the world. So these are some of the initiatives that we have already got into in the world of esports and gaming in general, and that's what we are trying to advance. So esports actually has proven to be one of our most successful entries into any new area, bar none. Right? So for example, we launched esports based co-branded cards, or we call it passion cards. So in more than 11 countries, we got League of Legends passion cards, where when you spend using those cards, you get reward points, which can be converted to in-game currency. We curate experiences for these card members that money cannot buy. They could be like pre-sale of tickets, or they could be best seats in the house if they're going to watch the game, or it is meet and greet with the various artists or various players, backstage experiences, pre-trials, a whole bunch of experiences that we curate. And that is giving a wholesome experience, which is quite different than just to plaster your name here and there, which is what the traditional sponsorships models have been. So we pivoted a lot from the traditional sponsorship to true experiential marketing, where we curate and create experiences in esports that money cannot buy, but you can get them through a Mastercard. So in fact, when we got into the League of Legends sponsorship, we literally had to take classes from Riot Games to teach us on how to behave ourselves, how to conduct ourselves in the esport category, because you got one good chance. And if you mess it up, you're gone forever. So firstly, the biggest lesson is don't behave like a brand. Behave like a friend. Be a genuine friend, not a commercial brand which is trying to make money out of the whole interaction, number 1. Number 2, make sure that whatever you're doing or saying, do or say in a way that they behave, which means the audience. So you have to tailor your a presentation in a way that they can identify with. If you are stiff and if you're coming through like I'm the big corporate, I'm the global company, they couldn't care less about you. As I said, there will be organ rejection. So that's one part of it. The third thing is understand their whole dynamic. Like for example, in case of esports, fans actually support by donations a lot of the players. That doesn't happen in the traditional sports. So understand those nuances and tailor make your strategy to fit to that reality in esports, as opposed to take your template from traditional sports and slap it on in the esports area. So first and foremost, we were not trying to sell anything. That was very important. If you are seen as a salesman who is coming in, everyone is suspicious. We were there very discreetly, very subtly. Throughout, that subtlety is very important. Number two, we are constantly striving for value add. What are we bringing to the table by being present there? Not just to show them a logo, but are we doing anything different, anything more that is of value and use to the fans as opposed to the company? That's something which we had to do. The third thing is we also had started creating these incentives and these rewards continuously to pave the way for us to get into that space as somebody who is bringing some good tidings, as opposed to coming here to exploit our space. So it was very nice journey done with finesse and with the guidance of various experts in the esports category, particularly Riot Games. So we are actually partnering at 3 different levels. So one, of course, with a gaming company like Riot for Valorant and for League of Legends. We also partner with a team in the esports category. For example, G2 is the team that we are sponsoring. And of course, now we have got also a device partnership with Xbox, and we have launched an Xbox Passion card. So we got the entire spectrum that we try to cover. And it's a kind of a journey that we are on. We started with Riot, we expanded it with G2, and now we have announced the launch with Xbox. And this is going to continue on an ongoing basis. The more opportunities we uncover, we keep getting deeper and deeper into that space appropriately.